South Bend, Indiana. We've reached a defining point in the season. Week 8 in a huge game here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rose, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the Seminoles head coach before the game. He understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Pretty good job on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now they'll try the right side. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Looking to pass. It's Daniels. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Throwing, Carr. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted in house, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense, glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They feed him again. Picks up the first down. Here's a little room there. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting the first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
The run to the right. Shakes off the defender. Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And the Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll test the right side. They make the tackle at the 22. Will give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down. And the Noles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Running behind that left side. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, and he will score. Touchdown Seminoles.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Creates a little room. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll send the back in motion. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise, when you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Here's Carr to throw. Plucks it out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Calls his own number. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Carr. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on 3rd and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the 4th down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be, but I like the execution by the defense.
And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. On target. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
The run from the shotgun. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. Talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Firing to the right, complete. At the 20, he's got space. All the way. Touchdown, Florida State. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out.
Number 36 set to kick this one away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Throwing, Carr. Looking left. A strike downfield. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
The give is to Williams. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. It becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Hauls it in. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Just down here, he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost a race.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Going long. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Back to pass, it's Daniels. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Carr to throw. Spits it out to the back. Caught by Williams on the right. Touchdown, Irish! A great catch and run for 6.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle. That's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Daniels. It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Carr pulls it in, it's Mobley. Finds a crease at the 20. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Carr on play action. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Gets it into the end zone.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? He'll start this drive firing. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Daniels. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Throwing, Carr. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he had just enough to will that one home. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. First up, a look at James Madison going up against Appalachian State. And it's the Dukes getting a banner day from their stars on the road. To pick up victories away from home, that's the mark of a focused team. This ball club now stands at 6 wins. They've ensured themselves at the very least of a 500 regular season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here come the Irish back on offense. He'll start the third quarter with the run. Got room at the 35. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go right back to him. Bounced off his feet. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To the air, it's Daniels. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
As an offense, you've got to know it. This part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Notre Dame comes onto the field opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Carr to throw. Here's a heat. And he never had a chance.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Release to the back. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Quarterback couldn't quite make the connection on the last play. That brings up third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That one comes out hot down the right side. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. The official says no good. The lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
Well, it was certainly straight enough, just not long enough. Not enough leg strength.
Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Those sloppy false start penalties can be drive killers. It's 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Pressure coming. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. The give is to Williams. Oh, he's got some space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Carr finds his target down the middle. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Might have a chance. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown run.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Got it down the field. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Let's send the tight end in motion. Off play action on 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And I think that right there has been one of the biggest stories of this game so far. The reason this team trails is they can't get one of their best players the football in the passing game. This guy's a weapon. He eats defenses alive each and every week and has yet to make one catch in this game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Looking for a man. It's Daniels. A shot toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Florida State!
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give is to Williams. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quick release on the RPO. Turning it on! There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Throwing, Carr. Fires to the wideout. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
That's caught. It's Gilbert. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. The run inside. It's Williams. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Forced out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell, but good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Throws to the wideout. And here's the third interception of the night. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2. He'll try to take it back. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll move the tight end. Power ahead. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
Number 35, set to kick this low.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the...
For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this dude.
And into the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So that touchdown nullified by the penalty in the red zone. Running inside, it's Mobley. There's a crease. Touchdown, Irish! And the pummeling has started. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdue. Makes a grab and room to run. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Early in this football game, they just keep finding him, and the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him, continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so...
Unleashes one deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Rushes on him. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's got him. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. A pick 6. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. That is the senior linebacker who's been shaken up. Holly Rowe will give us an update on his condition. Looking to throw on 1st down. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Are we sure that he knows what color jersey his receivers are wearing? Threw a pick on the last drive and almost threw another one.
just temporarily confused. No big deal. Hey, short memory. Quarterback's got to have those short memories, right? It's behind me. No harm done. Reset. Next play.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Goes high to pull it in.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Lopez. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
He'll bring it out. It's Young. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Offenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
So the pop pass is busted up in the backfield for a loss. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. QB draw. Maybe a crease. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Mobley. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space.